Man, alright, ladies and gentlemen, the name's James IZ. And I'm back at with another video. Of course, I mean, for today's video topic, bro. This one caught my eye. I was scrolling through my recommended feed and it totally caught my eye. Why? Because the title of it is "Streamers Are Rotting Young People's Brains." Yeah, so like just based off that title, you can just put like a mental image of the thumbnail in your brain, okay? Yes, that is what the thumbnail looked like, okay? And it's by a channel with 10k subs. I'm not even gonna bother trying to pronounce this guy's name here. Yeah, so he made a whole 26-minute video talking about how streamers are rotting young people's brains, which I don't think is just the streamers, of course. I mean, it's a number of things, and well, this is the same talking point that they've probably used before in the past, like in the 80s or some shit. TV and DVD and VHS tapes were on the rise. Oh man, it's rotting young people's brains. You know, the internet was starting to come out. Oh man, it's rotting young people's brains. Oh no, we're in trouble, guys. Oh no, this is going to have a huge effect on the young people. Oh no, it's just the same shit over and over again. It just really makes you wonder, I mean, what is truly the point of talking about all of this besides like fear-mongering and having something to talk about on the internet? It seems like most of the time on the internet is just a bunch of made-up bullshit anyways, because if you turn off all of your devices and go outside, like you talk to the average normie NPC, they're not gonna know what the fuck you're talking about streamers rotting young people's minds. They don't even know who Kai Cenat is, okay? More than likely. But let's just get straight to it.
Streaming content is just... I get it, but I don't get it. And maybe I might just have to accept that I am now an unk, I'm an old man, and this content may just not be for me. I Show Speed, Sneeko, Kai Cenat, Academics, Ninja, Pokimane, QXC, XQC, Aiden Ross, Sinner. These names sound like viruses.
Sinner, that definitely sounds like a virus. I will give him that. Yeah, so he just listed off a bunch of names there. I do know who each of those people are. I've never watched a single second of the stream except for Aiden Ross and Kai. I Show Speed like in the early days, but besides all that, yeah, I've never watched the XQC stream. Since this man is claiming unk status already, I mean, yeah, bro, it's just not made for you. Streaming, it's kind of like the new TV. This is the new entertainment for young people, for the younger audiences out there. Have you ever looked at a modern day cartoon that's like on today? Have you ever just clicked onto Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network now just to see what's out there? They're actually competing with TikTok, the fast-paced bullshit, everything. You know what I mean? Like, that's what they're competing with. And those shows are just pure brain. I would much rather have my child watch a Kai Cenat stream. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would much rather have my children watch like an I Show Speed stream. Actually, no. What am I talking about? I'm the parent here. I definitely control what they watch. They're gonna sit down and watch Batman the Animated Series and Dragon Ball Z and early SpongeBob. That's it. And then I'm gonna kick them out of the house and force them to play outside.
These are some of the most influential and most popular streamers on the planet. I'm a media man. I've been very fortunate to have worked in the media industry for over 13, 14 years. I understand how things are forever evolving over time.
Okay, wait, so this guy isn't actually talking out of his ass. This guy is a somebody. Okay, all right. He got me there. All right, so he's been in the media for like 13, 14 years. I mean, he should have known about Twitch back in the day, of course, you know, like streaming back in the day when it was actually, you know, like mainly desktops, and really it was Ice Poseidon and a couple other people that was kind of putting IRL streaming like on the map and everything, but like it was mainly like desktop stream, you know, gamers type shit. They weren't even reacting to videos, they were like playing video games. That's what streaming was originally for.
I understand how traditional media is no longer as popular as it once was. When I talk about traditional media, I'm talking about TV and radio.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Whenever the radio was out, right, the older generation was bitching and complaining, oh man, all they're gonna do is just sit in front of the radio all day and not play outside. Grr, ooh, ah. All they're gonna do is sit inside and read newspapers and magazines all day. Ooh, brew, ha ha, ooh, ah, ooh. I'm so sick and fucking tired of just complaining about what the younger generations are doing. This is their form of entertainment. It's different for each and every single generation. Can you just shut the fuck up already? Bro, literally the way that I grew up, nigga, playing online video games with your friends, okay? If you did live in the same neighborhood as each other, like I did, you would then choose to actually go outside as well. Wow, dude, James IZ actually played outside and he's Gen Z? Yeah, I did, you fucking retard. We rode around on bikes and everything. I did the same shit that you 90s kids did. Kill yourself.
I do get streaming. Of course, I understand it. I understand the appeal. I understand the format. It's kind of like watching your best friend on screen every single day and being entertained by them. You see, young audiences don't care for super shiny, super polished, overproduced content. In fact, they actively reject it. And that's one of the reasons why streaming is so popular. And it connects with young people in a way that traditional media just can't. There is no script, there's no editing, there's no retakes. When it's live, it's live. And when it happens, it happens. And if things go wrong, that's part of what makes streaming apparently entertaining. There is this overwhelming feeling of jeopardy and this feeling of you don't know what's going to happen next. So it actually pulls you in further and keeps you glued to the screen and continually watching, which is great for the streamer, which is great for the content creator.
I can't even lie to you. I don't really sit down and watch streams either. I don't sit in front of the computer all day and watch streams. So I totally get what this guy is saying. There are people who sit in front of the monitor typing away in a fucking chat. That's what this guy's talking about. He doesn't understand that. And I don't either. Can you actually explain that to me? Why are you wasting your time watching a fucking multi-millionaire, donating money to a multi-millionaire, and typing away in his fucking chat box? Why are you doing that?
Because for me, and this is me only, I feel like streaming is nothing but noise and brain rot content. I don't want to overgeneralize, but I am going to overgeneralize. Every time I see a clip from a streamer or I just see streaming content in general, I feel like I've been added to a group chat of 12-year-olds who have just discovered boobs and swearing and memes for the very first time. I don't want to be rude when I say this, but I am going to be rude with what I'm about to say. I feel like those that watch streamers and those who are streamers represent the lowest of the low when it comes to IQ.
Like, you do have to have like a certain level of IQ and wittiness and charisma about you to become a streamer, but sitting down and watching a stream, okay, yeah, I can understand that, yeah, like you're kind of a fucking retard, but becoming a streamer, it's not as easy as you think, you know what I mean?
Once again, not to be that old man that doesn't get it, but I do believe the media and the content you consume at a young age will shape how you engage with society and how you view the world. Heck, even now, there are older people who still struggle with the ability to think critically and to properly engage with the media.
I'm talking about my own parents here. It's like they just really sit down in front of the news, in front of the TV, watching the news, watching CNN all day, and they believe everything. They believe everything they're shown from the news.
So as we've already discussed, as streaming gained more popularity, the style of content evolved, and in my opinion, it evolved for the worst, because they weren't just playing games anymore. They were reacting to videos, bringing influencers and OF models into their homes. They were live streaming parties that shouldn't be shown to young children. They were essentially broadcasting chaos and packaging it and masking it as content.
I totally remember that era of just OF models being on your stream, hundreds of thousands of gooners just typing away in that chat box, just talking shit, and oh my god, the Fresh and Fit streams of where they would bring these chicks on, and then these fully grown men would donate money to the stream to just talk shit to the OF models, and then those are the same types of dudes who buy the OF once the stream ends.
And if kids were sat watching this every day, they weren't learning, they weren't reading, they weren't socializing beyond the interactions they were having in the Twitch chat. It was this never-ending rush of garbage opinions, cheap dopamine, and zero intellectual nourishment. There is a reason why a lot of young teens cannot sit through a 10-minute YouTube video. There is a reason why they can't just sit in silence and do nothing and sit with their own thoughts and wonder and use their imagination.
That is a little bit scary that people have lost that ability of, you know, basically just entertaining yourself without any other outside distractions. Just sit in a room by yourself with no noise, no screens on, and just sit there with your own thoughts. Can you put the mental image of an apple inside of your brain right now? Because I heard that some people can't even do that. They can't even use their imagination anymore at all.
That's scary to a lot of them. And the fact that that's scary to them is actually very...
How does it scare you to sit in a room? Bro, I do this all the time. I just sit by myself with no distractions and I just use my brain and just think. Literally nothing's gonna happen to you. What the fuck?
Let's have it right. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat this. Streaming is peak brain rot. It is designed to be non-stop stimulation with its bright overlays, its sound effects.
What's better, watching a streamer or an NFL game? Because I mean, I tried to sit... Dude, I'd rather watch Kai Cenat. Yeah, bro. It's like 3 minutes of football and then 15 minutes of ads or some shit, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on? What, bro? Like, what happened to sports? Jesus, I didn't know that it was that bad.
The lot. It's just too much. If you've ever watched the stream, you would realize that there's just too much noise.
No, I don't think that's actually true at all. I tried to watch a Kai Cenat stream some time ago, bro. Actually, this is kind of boring and not stimulating, unless, of course, he has like a certain guest on and, like, you know, he has stuff planned out. Then, of course, yeah, there's something going on. But if it's just a simple desktop stream, most kids who are, you know, who just hopped on the streaming train, they're probably gonna call you boring.
By the way, separate point, people can't read. People can't read. I'm not making fun of it, I'm just stating a fact. And in America, especially, people really do struggle to read.
That sounds like a skill issue to me. If people actually wanted to learn how to read, they're gonna go out of their way to do it. You know what I mean? If you really wanted to lock in and actually learn on how to read, you would do it. After some time of practicing, like, you're probably gonna be a better reader than the average person going through public school, okay? So if you put your mind to it, anyone can truly learn how to fucking read, and I don't really see this as that big of a deal. It's truly just a skill issue. If you can't read, it's a skill issue. Shut the fuck up and stop blaming streamers for these kids that can't fucking read. Did, like, Kai Cenat look dead into the camera while he was live to hundreds of thousands of children out there and said, hey, never learn how to read, chat, okay? It's just a waste of time. So just sit down, just interact and watch my streams all day, okay? He didn't do that, okay? Like, where are the parents then? You're talking about these streamers. Where the fuck are these parents at then?
God knows what it's gonna be like in the future. Streaming is fun. Don't get me wrong. It is a lot of fun.
Wait, so you just said that streaming's fun though, but yeah, you're saying, I mean, bro, it sounds like he wants to be a streamer. It sounds like you want to be a streamer, bro. Get off this moral high horse. These streamers, they're just riding young people's minds, man. Get off your moral high horse and actually do what you want to fucking do, bro.
But it will rot your brain and it will rot society.
Oh, boo-hoo. No, it fucking will. I swear, dude, if I go outside right now and if I ask the average person who Kai Cenat was, I bet you they wouldn't know who the fuck he is.
Now I want to talk about another issue that I have with streaming. And that issue is parasocial relationship. You see, platforms like Twitch and Kick, they're not like YouTube or Netflix or NBC or BBC. These streamers can talk directly to their chat, and we know they often refer to their chat as an entity. What's up, chat? What's going on, chat? W's in the chat.
And now that, like, I'm thinking about it, I think the whole streaming community in and of itself, and just the internet in general, I think we're all collectively actually turning on people who are parasocial, and we're actually making fun of people who take these streamers way too seriously.
And while that is not inherently a bad thing, because famous people and celebrities have done this for decades, for centuries, for years, it's the reason why the Kardashians are famous. In fact, the royal family are the OGs.
Well, he does have a point. This parasocial shit outside of streaming with these celebrities and everything. Yeah, dude, I never understood this royal family bullshit, bro. Like, I remember, like, back in the day, one of them got married. I think it was this chick and, like, this was her husband. Like, they were getting married. It was on the news and everything. Like, bro, like, I was, like, in elementary school. My mom was upstairs just constantly checking on the TV, running back and forth, doing, like, housework stuff, running back over to the TV just to see these two get married. So, why the fuck is the royal family so goddamn important? Who gives a fuck? They're British. Especially when like the Queen died, it was only old people who cared. Young people didn't give a fuck. Why should I actually care? Like, really? Same thing with all these streamers and shit, bro. Like, why should I give a fuck about what Kai Cenat ate for lunch today? I don't give a fuck. Nigga, fuck you. So, if you want to get parasocial with me, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, of course. Bro, I would love to have a parasocial audience, my damn self. Totally. As long as you keep it on the internet and don't actually approach me in real life to say something to me, because I'll punch you in them. I'm just joking. I will give you a big old wet kiss on the forehead if you're over the age of 18. Alright, anyways, I'll catch you later. Goodbye.